Well, hello and welcome to Lengro live at midday. We may be in lockdown, guys, but you are a part of the Lengro bubble today and always, of course. And backstage, I've got some faces that you are going to want to see that are going to uplift you. But shh, Claire Roy, no swearing, okay? Because we're going to be talking about swearing later on today. Do you approve of swearing? If you stub your toe, is it fudge that comes out? Or is it something slightly more risque? Swear words are a common part of our use of language now, and they've actually changed their use as well. Words that meant one thing now mean another. And of course, Jan Oakes, hello to you. Helen Allen, good to see everybody there. I will, of course, be telling you about the planetary lineup. Facebook user underneath Claire Roy, could you please give permission to Facebook on the video above, just so that we can see who you are. Talking of swearing, I bet Amanda Waring, who is tearing her way back now to try and go live with us, will have some interesting stories on that one, don't you? We also want to know about your home. Alexandria, is your home worse than it was in the first lockdown? I've got to admit, my underwear drawer is no longer color-coded. I'm more like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Also coming up on today's show, we have, of course, got Lengro's leading ladies for all of your viewing pleasure. And I've been following their recommendations over the last few days, and it's really sorted me out for entertainment. Also, we want to know about drinking. Are you drinking too much in lockdown? Sam Clements, Michelle Hayes. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is, what did you do when you were drunk, when we weren't in lockdown in your lifetime, that you're glad you can't do now? If you share your stories with us, then I will be offering some free readings just for the entertainment value of that one. So let's bring some people up. It's so good to see you all, guys. There is Stephen Cates. Guys, I will be page hopping today. I had a request from one of my club members in my VIP club, wanting to know what it means if you have Mercury in something and what sign you have Mercury in. So we're going to be talking about that in the club, and the other aspects of charts as well. But right here, we will be doing some readings. And I know that now there's no lockdown in Oz, where Em is, that she's going to be in the mood for some games. So I think we might make you work. We don't want your money. We want to use your brain power and keep you going as well. Claire Roy, you say you've had to cut back on the vino. Do you know what? If you want a free reading today, type up a little story. Tell us what you've done that you regret. And do you know what? I always believe, never regret what you've done, only regret what you haven't. And at least whatever you did, you know not to do that again next time. I'm a great advocate for experience on life as well. You PM'd me earlier and told me I have been, about the necklace. Love. Well, I'm wearing clear quartz, which is a master healer to keep me going for my long run of lives today. And of course, blue lace agate today. And I've got my glasses on because although I don't come live 24/7, behind the scenes, guys, I am writing your March dailies at the moment. I've written your monthlies to the end of the year. And of course, I do my phone lines for you as well. But more than that, what I'm really, really excited about is the Claire Petulengro School of Divination is ready to open. Today, I may look like a school teacher, it's a scratched contact lens. I am going to be recording the videos to go with those lessons. And you probably want to know, guys, what I'm going to be teaching and how much deeper I'm going. So why don't I pick someone for a reading? But I'm going to make you hold on just for a second, guys. No, let's do a reading straight away. I do have somebody with a bad reception backstage, but I can't leave you without giving a reading. So what I want to know, inspire me, guys. First of all, could you like, follow and share, and make sure that you're following all of the lovely Lengro team? I'm trying to think. Well, let me just bring Em on for a second. Hold on. Em, good.
Hello, good evening. How is everybody? Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year.
Look at Em in Oz there. Em, I know it's about 11 o'clock at night in Oz. I don't know, Em, how to pick someone for a free reading right now. So I need your help. Have you got any ideas?
Well, I actually have a set of cards here. And the game is real or not real.
Okay.
Okay. So I will ask the question. Hello, Jan. How are you?
Whoever answers this question, we're going to do a quick reading, and then we're going to bring on a special guest that we've got. Okay, so let's go for it.
Okay. Right. So all you have to say, viewers, is whether it's real or not real. Okay. So this was a news item.
We might even take the first person that gets it. So be really quick with your fingers.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about fingers later, aren't we?
Get your typing fingers ready. And write real or not real, or true or false. Either we'll go with. Okay. So this was a news item from 2018. A man was fined $124. These are Australian cards, so $124 for kicking a seagull that ate his cheeseburger. Is that true or false?
Oh, I like that one. I love seagulls. Obviously,
I love seagulls too. My son has a real affinity with seagulls.
Ooh,
it's really strange. Yeah, they love him. And we actually live miles away from the sea. And one day, one flew onto our property and just followed Will around. It was really, really strange. And in England, they just flock towards him. He loves seagulls. It's very,
I love that.
Okay. So the first person. Oh, hang on. I need to scroll up because somebody said real before. Oh, okay. Let me scroll up to see the first one. I think Jan Oakes was the first to say that it was true.
It was true. I love our games. I absolutely love our games. I have to admit, actually, I'm going to come and do a reading for Jan Oakes now, and then we're going to get on with the show, and we're going to have readings throughout, guys, to help you. And don't forget, this is Lengro, and I will be doing some more lives afterwards as well. What was I going to say about that? You're going to be back in just a moment. I'm going to do that, and we're going to talk about the things. So thank you, Em. Back in just a moment. Excuse me there, guys. Okay, so just going to bring this up for a moment. There we go. Jan Oakes, let me do a reading for you, my darling. We're going to bring that down there. Okay, so if you are new to my page, I'm Claire Petulengro, a clairvoyant, a tarot card reader of my own tarot cards, the Claire Petulengro Romany Gypsy tarot cards, which are for sale in my shop at clairepetulengro.tv. Today, you guys need to be getting over to lengro.co.uk to read issue 30, amazing weekly free magazine. But for you, my darling Jan Oakes, I have pulled the 8 of Swords. It means you're coming out of a difficult mental situation. And it means those influences who were too strong on you before can no longer get to you. Jan, this would suggest that people that you had to see when we didn't have the second lockdown are no longer within your inner circle at the moment. Take this as a sign, if you can, please, my darling. It's a card of good luck, 8s. They also are very much to do with strength and to do with your wisdom as well. You're realizing how you can mold your life, Jan. So be really, really stubborn. We are, of course, guys, in the season of Capricorn at the moment. So we can be stubborn, but we can also be like the teacher that Capricorn often is as well. So Jan, don't be living a life that's someone else's lessons. You are the teacher. Create your own, my darling. Right, let's take this brand off now for just a second. There we go. And let me bring on a very special guest. Let's have a little look. There we go. Hello, ladies. Oh, we've got no sound there, Jem. Could you turn your sound on for me? Let's have a little look. We have got, let's have a look. Can't hear any sound at all, Jem. We're talking how homeschooling is going for you guys at the moment at hashtag How's Homeschool, and they are frozen. Look at that, guys. Let's take them off for just a moment. Okay, so what we're going to do we're going to bring some of the leading ladies on now, but I think what we'll actually do is have a little film review before we come back for some fun. So do you know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for a little bit of, give me just a moment, you know what's coming.
going, ladies? Happy New Year.
Hello. Good. Happy New Year.
Lovely to see you all. Yeah, great to see you too. So, what's been going on? What have you guys been watching this week? Sam?
Well, this week I have been watching it live at the Apollo. I don't know if anybody else watches it normally or if it's just me. Always so funny. But this, for the Christmas special, for being as crazy as 2020 was, they've done a secrets behind the scenes of the Apollo. And it is literally just the different people that have hosted and performed, telling you what it's actually like behind what you see. But I did not know that it was celebrating 16 years, so I didn't realise it had been on for as long as it has been. But Jack D actually started it. It was his idea. He 100% thought, you know what, these people that I'm coming across, that comedians that just are really, really funny and not getting the airtime, so let's do something about it. So he invented Live at the Apollo, and the fact that it's still very, very true to his vision, even all these years later, I think just speaks wonders. But it was so funny. It really is worth a watch. It is available on BBC iPlayer. Give it a watch if you need a giggle. 100%.
I've been to the London Palladium shows, and backstage it is absolutely hilarious. That is the best bit. It's what happens, behind the scenes, and the retakes and everything else. Because Bradley Walsh was doing it when I was there, and it is hilarious. So yeah, that's definitely. I didn't even know that was on. So that's great.
Yeah, no, basically, obviously when they come out and the screens lift and they walk out in all the dry ice. Yeah. So many of them were saying that the first time that they appeared, they were more concerned about choking on the dry ice than anything else.
Yeah, it makes you choke.
Yeah, so they were just like, I wasn't, because all this tiny little room that they're standing in, ready to go out, obviously it's just filling with dry ice. So it was entertaining, just for that, just watching how many comedians that you think wouldn't necessarily be nervous are and more concerned about dry ice than anything else. And then I went completely different direction, of course, because it's me. And I watched Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Vile and Evil and Vile. I keep getting it around the wrong way. It's the story of Ted Bundy. Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy. He also is one of the producers. But it wasn't him at all. I mean, he 100% took on the role. You would not realise it's Zac Efron. I quite like. We all know that I like Irvin at A Nice Man. No, I would not. You don't realise it's Zac Efron. But it was Lily Collins completely stole the show, as far as I was concerned. As Ted's girlfriend Liz, she was with him when the murders were going on, but she obviously didn't know anything about it. But it was absolutely fantastic. My favourite character out of all of them, though, was the judge in the trial, because every now and again he will just come up with, "Oh, bless your heart," and we all know that means shove it. But just the way he's saying it with the deep, thick Southern accent, he just like, yeah, I love him. But what about you, Jack? What did you watch this week?
So, oh my gosh, I watched Queen of the South. Now, I've been going on and on and on. Have you both seen Queen of the South?
Yeah.
No. And after your recommendation, I really want to watch it.
It is fantastic. I was hooked after about 2 minutes. It's about Teresa Mendoza, who's a drugs cartel boss. But it starts how she was just a normal girl who fell in love with somebody that worked for a drug cartel in Mexico. So she fell in love with him, and then he introduced her to this fantastic lifestyle, where they had everything they needed, but he got killed. And her best friend, his husband was also involved in the drug business. He got killed as well. So the two women had to go on the run, because obviously they were after them as well. So they took her best friend's child, Tony, and they went on the run. So it's a bit sort of nail-biting and tense, but Teresa actually gets caught, and she's caught and tortured, and then she has to work with these other women. They have to deliver drugs, and they have to do all these awful things for this drug cartel. And she's kept in this like cage thing. But as she goes along, she kind of listens and learns, and then she escapes, and she starts up her own drug empire.
but obviously, as she's now the new boss, she always has to look over her shoulder all the time. And it's 4 series, and honestly, I was hooked for every single minute of every single episode. It was fantastic. Really, really worth the watch.
I'll have to watch that.
Can you remember who the lead actress's name was?
Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it?
Sorry, Sam?
The lead actress, the one that plays the queen.
She's Brazilian, and her name, I put it written down. Oh no, I can't find it now. But yeah, she's a Brazilian actress, and I have got the name somewhere. But she's fantastic, isn't
brilliant,
she?
wasn't she? Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant, yeah. And the second thing I watched was Taking Lives, a film with Angelina Jolie, Olivier Martinez, and Ethan Hawke's in it. And she plays a woman called Elena, who's an FBI agent, who's called over to Montreal to help the police there investigate a serial killer. And she gets a bit involved with somebody that's helping them on the case, and that leads to all sorts of complications. But Angelina Jolie is just beautiful and stunning throughout the whole film. And it's very action-packed. A few moments were a bit unbelievable, but it's definitely worth a watch. So yeah, that's definitely, and that's on Netflix as well. What about you, Em? What have you been watching?
Well, the first thing that I watched was Bridgerton, which is incredibly popular at the moment. And I literally binge watched it in, I think it was about a day and a half. It was really, really quick. I just absolutely loved it. It's basically, very similar to Downton Abbey in that it's a period drama, and it's all, tight corsets and lots of scandal and the old-fashioned values, etc. It's not for everybody. On my Netflix group that I'm a member of on Facebook, one lady actually was absolutely horrified by it, saying that it was soft porn. So it's not one to watch with small children, because there are a few raunchy scenes, but I loved every minute of it. It was just great. So highly recommend that.
Isn't there a very good
fan of period dramas? Sorry,
isn't there a very good looking Duke who's in it? Some of my friends have been messaging me saying, "Oh my God, you've got to watch the Duke."
And not only is he incredibly looking, his character is just, his character's just very, very charismatic. And kind of, the dark, mysterious type. The girl that plays his love interest, Daphne, she's just beautiful as well. And she's kind of very, very worldly, yet very innocent. And so it makes a really, really good combination. It's, definitely.
Do you know who
the actress says? Yes, it's very rosy.
So the actress Daphne, she is actually, I don't know whether you remember, Em, did you ever watch Coronation Street?
Yes.
Do you remember Sally?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Sally's daughter in real life.
Is it?
Yeah. And if you look at her, you can see the similarities.
I used to love Coronation Street. Anyway, so the second thing that I saw was Then Came You. That's a film with the amazing Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones. And I don't know. I just love that girl. She just has this vitality to her, and she just owns the screen. She's just amazing. And also the guy in it is called Azza something. He was from Sex Education. And basically, this guy is a hypochondriac. And so his doctor sends him to a cancer meeting to try and kind of click him out of it and make him realize that, everything isn't doom and gloom for him, and to make him kind of have some empathy for people who really are sick. And there he meets the Maisie Williams character, who's called Skye. And immediately, as soon as she meets him, she just decides that she wants to be his friend. And instead of a bucket list, she makes up a to-die list. And it's all the things she wants to do before she dies. So it's a really, you know, it's a terribly, terribly sad theme. But at the same time, it makes you laugh out loud as well. It's very, it's done with great humor. And also there's a lot of positivity about it. It's, you know, the message is basically live life day to day and enjoy it. And yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm a big fan. Sometimes I feel that the best thing for me is a really, really good cry. And that movie totally delivers, but it delivers in a beautiful, beautiful way. And like Kelly Elizabeth says, yes, tissues are absolutely essential.
I've seen that film, Em, and I loved it as well. It's really uplifting as well, isn't it? So
we've all frozen. Oh, there we are. Are you back?
Yeah.
Everybody froze.
Yeah, I was just saying it's a really uplifting film. I loved it. And Nina Dobrev's in it, isn't she? From
She
Vampire Diaries.
she is. Oh, what a beautiful girl. And her character's lovely as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Sam.
great.
Yeah, Sam, I've remembered the name of the woman who plays Teresa. I think it's Alice Braga.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't remember her name. That was all.
Yeah.
I was like, she's absolutely fantastic in it, but I cannot remember what her name is.
So I wonder what Claire's been watching this week.
Hello. You know my taste in films and series, so I've got something far more interesting to tell you, because I've been chatting backstage to Jem, and she actually knows someone in Bridgerton. So let's bring her on. Jem, tell me.
Oh, Jem.
Fingers crossed. I'm holding out. Internet space and wipe out. Hi, girl.
Hi, Jem.
Yes, there's a guy in Bridgerton called Colin Bridgerton, who in Brighton and Hove.
So which brother was that?
He's part. So he's one of the brothers in the Colin. His name's Colin Bridgerton. He's one of the brothers.
So was he the younger one, the middle one, or the
family? And yeah. Anyway, he's from Brighton and Hove, and I've worked a little bit with him with some singing stuff when he was younger, but he's done stuff and he's doing really, really well. So it's so exciting when you're seeing young people that you've worked with and supported along the way.
And they
actually,
very good looking.
Very good looking. I mean, it's an exciting series, isn't it?
Oh, has he told you anything about working on it? Do you know any Bridgerton secrets you can share with us?
Actually, if you follow the Bridgerton account, they've been really good. There's lots of backstage photos and things like that. So that actually, the cast and the crew and everything, and their Instagram account is really good. So you're getting lots of little things actually from them, which is really exciting.
Fantastic. We all certainly need people entertaining in this time. This is why I didn't want to speak to you, Jem. I want to speak to a little person, and I might have to take her off. Guys, let us know how Jem sounded. If it's too bad, we'll take her off. I want to speak about.
Yeah, you're quite muffled, Claire.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just hold on. I think it might have been her Jem. Am I still muffled?
Yeah, we're still here.
Am I still muffled?
No, you're fine now.
No, you're okay now.
I'm so sorry, sis. I think we're going to have to let Jem go for the moment. I know she was having some internet troubles, which is why actually what we've got to talk about next is something that's not really for children's ears, is it, ladies? I will be doing some readings after this. So if you do want a reading, do comment as well, and do let me know your star sign. But first, guys, we've been talking this morning, haven't we, ladies, about swear words. What's your take on swear words, Jack?
Well, I've always been very strict in my house about the children swearing. It's just a no, completely not. And my son, who's now nearly 28, I've actually never heard him swear ever. I mean, he obviously does when he's out with his friends. But my daughter, who's 25, swears like a trooper. She swears all the time. I'm always, going, shh, don't swear. But she doesn't only swear, she shouts. So she shouts and swears. And my mum, who's in her 70s, she lives with us. So my mum runs around shutting all the windows when my daughter's swearing because she's worried about what the neighbours are going to think. But so I'm quite strict at home, and I don't swear in front of them or anything. But I love swearing when I'm on my own. I absolutely love it. Or if I'm in the car and I get cut up, oh my God, I just feel so much better. I wouldn't swear out in public or anything.
We want to know, guys, do you think that swearing is an acceptable part of modern society? Are there certain swear words? And guys, we just want you to put the first word of the swear word. Listen, ladies, I watched last night a series talking of sort of leading ladies things called The History of Swearing with the gorgeous Capricorn Nicolas Cage. And they were saying where swear words came from. Now, let me know. Lynette Mays is saying she's an awful swearer. But guys, this, okay, I'm going to do it outwards now at the moment. Did you know that when we give the middle finger, the word started off as saying pluck you? Because when the French, love the French, absolutely love them, when the French and the English were at war and fighting, ladies and gentlemen, the English had what was called an English crossbow made from the yew tree, and they needed to have their middle finger to use it. So the French, when they captured the English, they would cut the middle finger off of the English person so they could not use that finger to pluck the yew. And so, therefore, when they had their finger, they would show them. And they would say pluck you. And I believe that with the different dialects, it turned into a th, which is probably a ph, to go with that. So there's your get out for that one. I want to know about swearing. And it's our lovely Alex look as well.
Yes, hi,
Alex. Hello. Alex. Yeah. Tell us, Alex is going to be around on Mondays or Tuesdays now to uplift you right here on my main page. Absolutely. Right. Let's go to Em or Sam next, please. What do you think about swearing?
I think we should go to Em first because we all know my views on it.
Yeah, I do have a tendency to swear, but then again, at the same time, I work in childcare, so I really, really, really have to be careful. So yeah, it's something that I've really had to train myself out of because obviously, you know, in a room of 3 to 5 year olds, you don't want to be dropping anything that they want and take back to their parents. So yeah. So I really, I've kind of really tried to train my brain out of it. And yeah, I think it's a very generational thing as well. I think it's probably a little bit more acceptable nowadays. But yeah, if I swear in front of my mother, she's absolutely horrified, always has been. And I mean, I don't like to hear my children swear or anything, but I must admit I'm probably a little less horrified than my mother would be. But I must admit I've learned to substitute anything that's about to come out of my mouth with beep.
Can I just butt in for a moment? A really interesting point here. When I was watching this sort of program last night, it was on Netflix, by the way, guys. Kelly Elizabeth says, I tell mine to leave their potty mouths at school. The thing is, they like to hide at home to jump out at me and frighten me so much, I end up using the fudge word. Now, if you look at some of the top swear words, the F word, all of them, the S word, the B word, whatever, a lot of them are 4-letter words. And so the short amount of words, fudge, whatever, if you stub your toe, this program was saying in the middle of our brain, in the center, there's a receptive that if we say a blunt word like that, it eases the pain. So fudge is the same as saying the unacceptable word because you're doing the same thing. You're relieving the pain. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so interesting as well.
I must be in pain a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you've got the boss vibes going on today. Before we come I want to
looking hot, Jax.
You are. Oh, boss. I'm going to come to you, Sam, but I have to admit, guys, out of the 4 children that I've given birth to, I have put a bar of soap in my son's mouth when he was about 11 for saying the F word, and he's never sworn in his life since. He didn't come to any harm. He still uses soap, so no worries. What would you do?
I actually put pepper in my daughter's mouth swearing when she was young. But she's the worst out of everybody. She still swears now, so that didn't work.
We never had that as kids. We as children, obviously I grew up in a military environment, but I'm not using that as an excuse because we never swore as children. And then it just, obviously you go out, you have a few drinks, it comes out. It's, you know, I'm not drunk all the time, so that's not my excuse. There is no excuse for my language. It just kind of comes out. It's, you know, one of those things. Or maybe I just attract lots of people that are not that sort of
You've got to be careful what you say now, Sam. Or we have to beat you.
Yeah. No, I was trying to think of the nice word, but there's not the nice word. So yeah, no, maybe I just attract some people that, I don't know. When I get excited, it tends to come out as well. I get, you know, happy and animated, and these things come out. But when the children are around, I don't. 100% I stop. And in the grotto, I did have some children that told me that how their parents were on the naughty list because they'd been swearing in the car. I did then, obviously being me, did then ask them if it was because somebody on the road had cut them up or done something naughty. And they went, yes, it was. I was like, well, that's not their fault then. They're still on the naughty list.
That's acceptable.
Join us. Obviously, he agrees with swearing. Just saying, he gets no choice.
Ladies, can I say, it's having conversations like this, isn't it? That we get to find out what our followers are really like. Now, I would have put money on the fact that Pat Taylor didn't swear, and here she is, girls, saying, really. And I'm with Lynette Mays. Lynette Mays, when I was a little girl, I was the only girl with 3 older brothers, and so I was told I couldn't swear because I had to be a lady. And so my father always said that there are alternative words. If you notice, I don't think I swear really that much, do I, ladies? I certainly...
No, you're not a big swearer.
No, it's just me. I am the naughty one, 100%. I hold my hand up. It's me. Out of anybody, I'm the one that you need to watch with the language.
Now, can
I don't know, Sam.
Kelly,
get me going.
We say that somebody is a Richard head, and in this program that I was watching last night, now if you think of the short version of Richard, which is obviously clearly Dick, then that word as a head wasn't appropriate. But did you know this program last night said that it was a fantasy that there was a king named Richard? It was a colourful story that it was named after him and that he was well endowed, and it actually came from a riding crop. So the word Dick comes from a riding crop. Now, if that's supposed to look phallic, I'm not sure whether it's a compliment. Are you, ladies? Absolutely. Love that. So we're going to come back in a minute because you're going to go away and discuss your drunken stories, and you're going to vet each other's stories while I do some readings, because I think some people out there would need some support at the moment. So our next question that we are going to be asking, guys, is, let me find this out here. Now that we can't go out and mix socially, guys, now that we can't go and get drunk at a friend's house, we can still get drunk indoors, but things don't get seen. We've got curtains we can pull. Looking back in reflection now, is there a moment that you would like to share with us so we can lift others up in this time and help you find humor in your situation? So girls, yeah, remember, PG, not 18. Is that all right?
I'll try.
Right, see you in a minute, ladies. And of course, we are going to be hearing as well about, let's have a look, what's on with Jack in the magazine today. So I'm going to ask you a little question now. Let's have a little look. I have got that many messages that I can put up, but I think you're going to like what I'm going to put up next. Let's have a little look. There you go. How about that? Do you like the look of that? Let me give myself a little brand so you don't forget about the Claire Lengro Romany Gypsy tarot cards. And I've also got a little message from Mitch about drinking, which I'm going to play when the ladies come back on as well. But don't worry, because I am going to be here throughout lockdown with you as much as I can, in between doing all my written work as well. Kelly Elizabeth, I've got to read this first. If you want a reading, give me your star sign and a question if you like, or just ask me to turn a card. Kelly Elizabeth, thing is, now my daughter comes home and tells on daddy when they've been in the car if he has said Richard Head. She sees it as very bad. Didn't know that. I've learned something today. There you go. And maybe, as Alex Miguel said, get a swear jar for dad. You could buy a glorious pair of heels. I'm sure Em would tell you that indeed. Let's have a little look. Let me have a bit of my tea. So please, please, please like, follow and share. Start a watch party. And let's do some readings now. Dawn Rose, you're saying that you were on your lunch break. That is why we do this live at the time that we do, so we can catch you guys in your lunch break as well. And you'll be so pleased at 7 o'clock right here on the main page for the Lengro Live this evening. I've got the amazing wellness expert Sherry Angelique Rice, and so if you have any questions for her, you can inbox me, or you can just come live at 7 and comment tonight. Let's have a little look. Let's see. I think we're going to go for Dawn Rose, first of all, because you're on your lunch break. And I want to make sure that you've got time to put a bit of food, a bit of fuel into your mouth, Dawn. And I'm not talking processed foods. We've all been following our guru, who is Jan, and Jan Bray. Her articles are absolutely amazing. With the 8 of Wands, what I can be sure for you, Dawn Rose, is that you are somebody of strength, courage, and determination. And you are building a life that's got better things in it. This card blesses good luck for you, but it also shows at the moment you say you're at work that you feel that your work are treating you unfairly. It could be to do with the rules of safety. It could be to do with the hours you're doing or what you're expected to do. Turn this card around. Tell them what your duty is and what it's your legal obligation to do. That's really important, I feel, to give you that message, Dawn Rose. Okay, so let's have a little look. Let's get to Sonia Lewis. Look at that dog. Do not show Jack Tyler that dog. I don't think she can put any more dogs in her house. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. Do not be surprised, guys, at some point this year if a husky turns up on camera. Richard seems to be determined to play his role of the fool card to the full extent. And I said, no, you're just playing a character. I said, no, I need the husky. We'll have to see. The Page of Cups for you, Sonia Lewis. Again, it talks about somebody, it talks about a younger person in your life. It can be male or female, but it seems to be somebody who's down in the dumps at the moment. Whether you're an astrologer, an astronomer, a psychologist, a counselor, just a mum, just a friend, the natural thing when we go into a second lockdown, guys, is to feel, I can do this. I can make the most of it. The jokes came on Facebook about how much more wine you were going to get in. But now, today, we also have, Capricorn season. We're taking it in, we're absorbing it. And those emotions, we've got 2 signs that have moved into Aquarius. By February, 7 signs are moving into Aquarius. And do you know what that does? It puts the electric current in. So we're feeling everything 10 times more. So for you, what I feel, Sonia, is look after your own house, look after yourself and your own health, let others do what they want to. There are a lot of signs out there at the moment, guys. I've got my father in my head now going, lot, Claire. I paid for elocution lessons. There are a lot of people who are feeling really, really down at the moment. Work it through. Yep. Sherry Angelique will be here to help you. I'm going to bring the Lengro leading ladies on again, and we've got reviews in Lengro to come up and also as well. Sonia Lewis, it's not your dog. It's okay. It's like grandchildren, isn't it? You can give them back even better. Let's pick somebody else as well. Please don't forget to like, follow and share. Join my members club. And if you like tarot cards, you don't have to buy the Claire Petulengro Romany Gypsy tarot cards, but you can join my School of Divination. After I've done the lives with you, I'm going to go and change my lipstick, and I'm going to be doing the course videos today. Everything else is all up and ready to go. And I hope if you like the way that I write my books and the way that I do my lives, that you're going to be happy with the course and it's easy to take in. So this is my dream, guys. My 5-year plan happened in 1 year, and yours can too. Jodie, you're coming straight from the top, which means you want to talk to you from the heart. And look, We were talking about the Fool card and Huskies, and I've drawn you the Fool card, my darling. Fool, you're no fool, okay? The Fool is the cleverest card in the pack to me. Why? Because, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, guys, on your back, you're carrying a bag, Jodie, and that bag is your experiences of life. See how easy tarot are to learn? That weight. Any other pack of tarot cards, you will see somebody with a bag on their back in the Fool card and with an animal at their heels, usually a dog. This dog is your conscience, okay? Your conscience. And the white rose that you carry in your hand is the everlasting love and belief that you have that life will be good. It's also a sign of spirituality. If you can see the boat in the background with the smoke, it's going away from the smoke. There's danger around, of course there is. I know what I need to tell you, Jodie, okay? Today, from here on in, cut off the friends you know are enablers. I feel that almost you're thinking, what can I do with my time? Well, make sure that the timetable you make for yourself socially as well as professionally is one that gets the best out of you. You know, make yourself fitter, make yourself stronger, please, as well. Shall we do some more readings, guys? And then I need to show you what's in Lengro. And I think we might make you play some games as well for some more readings. Let's have a look. Dawn Rose, oh, we've done you. Thank you. That is so true. You are so brilliant. You are brilliant for surviving and for still being here, guys. And that's why we all make the effort to wash our hair once a month for you guys, you know, and to come on and stick that little face over the top. Let's have a little look and see who else needs a reading, shall we? Stella, you are Stella Henderson. Hello. Oh, I love a little Christmas decoration. I've recently bought this projector. We've been meditating together, Richard and I, and this projector we've got shows the clouds, the skies, the stars, the sound of the beach and the waves crashing in. And you, Stella, look like you've got a psychic side, but that you choose to resist it because of the people in your life. So are you surrounded by a lot of non-believers, Stella, but on your own, you'd be quite esoteric? I think even the Lengro ladies would agree with that, looking at you. There's something about holding back there as well. The King of Wands, you do anything for your family, especially the men in your family. Although you're a strong woman, Stella, what I know about you is you bent over backwards for the men in your family, who, although you paint to be strong and you make out to be strong, you're stronger than them all put together. You're tired of all the things that you've had to do. Let them prove to you now. Let them do some of the work. I'm a Scorpio, and I'm going to tell you this, guys, now. As a Scorpio, a very typical thing for me to say is, you know, why don't you help me with what I'm doing? And Rich will often say, well, because you've gone about and done it without asking me your own way, and you've been obsessed with what you're doing, because I will take something I'm doing, whether it's a problem or a work issue, and I'll give myself an impossible time limit to do it in. And you, Stella, what rings true with me for you is that it's almost like you're relying on others' happiness for yours. Well, no, we've got to be happy within ourselves first. Don't you think, my darling? That's definitely what I think for you. So do you know what? Change the rules for you. And I'm going to draw a little card for you now from Jack, because she gave me this amazing bowl that she made for me with affirmations. So here's an extra one. There are no time limits on your dreams. Take a deep breath and try again. When Jack comes on, Stella, tell me if that means anything to you. What haven't you done because of your family? And Stella, I had a feeling you were. There you go. It's your Scorpio, same as me. Sometimes it's easier to pick up what star sign people are, but I just knew there's that thing of you like, no, it's okay. I'll do it. I'll do dinner. I'll stick a broom up my and everything else. But I'm so terrible like that. And it's only with the Lengro ladies who make me slow down and tell me when to take days off. I certainly don't listen to my other half. I really, really don't. But do you know what? I think that what we need to know in order to move forward, guys, really, really is, let's have a little look, to know what's in Lengro, don't you?
Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's issue of Lengro magazine. You can read my interview with our fabulous cover girl, Rhiannon Downeyhurst, who is a very inspirational businesswoman who lives in Dubai. There's part 2 of Claire's year ahead forecast for you. And if you want to know how to apply the perfect lashes, then head along to the Lengro beauty box and see what Tatiana has got to say. Amanda talks us through releasing fear and connecting to the heart. And our fitness expert, Kirsty, tells us about her COVID experience and how she coped. There's a delicious Spanish tortilla recipe in the Lengro kitchen this week. And Sam has a menopause relief blend using my favourite orange essential oil, which of course you can buy in Claire's shop. Find out what Mitch has got on his mind this week. And of course, we've got our film reviews and series reviews in the Leading Ladies. Gemma has a plan on how she's going to stick to her New Year's resolution this year. And find out what happens next with Callum in Em's New Year's story. Jan talks about self-love, self-care and self-survival. And Laura Chester gives us all the new colours, shapes and trends for our nails this January. We have another flash story and poem on our Twin Flames page, and Cherie has some tips on how to have a joyful January. I've got the usual books, celebrity chat and pet news on my page. So sit back, relax and enjoy the magazine. And don't forget, if you want to comment or share anything with us or tell us what you want to see in the magazine in the future, then please do leave us a comment or a message. All our contact details are on our pages at the bottom. So have a great week and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Absolutely love that. And at the bottom there, you can see that you can follow our lovely Jack, of course, on Instagram and also, of course, on Facebook. But before we start talking about alcohol and swearing, I don't know why. I think that does lift me up. We were looking for an uplifting subject. Lem, I want to talk something serious. So I've got to bring the one on who's most going to make me laugh, first of all, to talk about something serious. There she is. I thought we'd better get orange essential oil over with before we start talking about what we can mix it with in alcohol.
I mean, me, of course, I don't drink. What are you talking about, Claire? No, so orange essential oil, you know it's one of my favourites. In fact, I've got blood orange literally next to me. If anyone's looking for the difference on Claire's shop between blood and blonde orange, because I've obviously got both of them here, it's blonde orange is not as sweet as blood orange, but it's only minute. You really can't tell that much. But when you're making up your blends, think about what other smells you've got in there. But it is a warming and uplifting oil, which I don't know if Claire was looking at me backstage. I did keep having a sniff. Back at work, yeah, might be working from home, but a little bit tired at times. So I do keep having a little sniff. But it's good for all sorts of things like bronchitis, fluid retention, nervous tension as well. If anybody has got any nerves going on at the moment with the world the way it is, always go for a bit of orange. Depression, anxiety, PMT, bit of cold and flu as well. If you're sort of feeling that way, you know, it's great to put it in your tea, as in not the oil, actual orange or lemon, but it also has the same effect when you are burning the oil or if you're making up a blend for yourself. They are beautiful, beautiful oils. And once again, we have to stay out of the sunlight with these citrus oils, but we live in the UK, so it doesn't make any difference to us at the minute whatsoever.
It's not going to be a problem. And with the essential oils, of course, they come into harvest at different months of the year. So we've had a delivery, well, just before we had lockdown, from the lovely Nino, of course, in Sicily. And so we are going to be doing a safe packaging thing of redoing all the rollables and things. And I think I will be sending some to Sam as well, because I think that now it's 2021, Sam, although I'm not going into anything new apart from the school that people don't know about, I do want you to take over with cocktails for the essential oils. And I also,
you had me at the first part, Claire. Now the essential oil bit, no, boring. Give me the cocktails. Come on now.
And I must just say as well that our oils here at Lengro are all digestible and organic, but the ones you have at home may not be. So please do check to make sure before you put them in your teas like we do here as well. Kelly Elizabeth is saying, sounds like I definitely need to get some blood orange. So, and Lynette Mays, look, she's going to have, you're like this, you two should get together. To reading Lengro with a Bailey's coffee, my plan for this evening. I think that's why Lengro was planned, to have your cup of tea or your drink and go through the pages.
And Irish it up. That's what it is. It's the Irish part there. I can say that. My dad's half Irish. It's fine.
See, we need to be talking about swearing and drinking now.
Yeah.
And so what I think we need to do before we bring the ladies on is we also need to take a little look to see what the sort of father of the group, who we all turn to, has to say on his view of swearing. So let's have a little look at Mitch while I bring the ladies on.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Now we're talking about swearing today. I personally quite like swearing, but only in the right place. I remember doing a show once and a lad came up to me. I was running a teenage drama group and he came to me and said, "Mitch, is it okay if I swear at this point?" He was going to add it in. And I said, "Well, what's the scene?" So he explained the scene to me. And I said, "Yep, that's absolutely fine. It's justifiable. Just swear there." And it actually adds to the scene as well. So I think if it adds to your argument or to your scene or the situation you're in, then it can be very effective. I don't think you should swear just for the sake of it, because you've lost words to be able to get your message across. So, yeah, that's my viewpoint on swearing, really. I think we have a fantastic language, and there are some fantastic swear words out there. You'll have to guess what mine is.
You see, I half expected him to go like one way or the other. Do you know what I mean with it as well? But ladies, welcome back. We need to talk about alcohol and swearing, and then we need to do some games for some free readings, and we're running out of time. So, ladies, tell me your take on it.
On which one, swearing or alcohol?
Pick whatever you want.
Well, alcohol is just part of life. I did 100% give up drinking for 7 years when I was 23, even though I lie and tell people I'm 21. So I did not have a drink wholeheartedly from the age of 23 to 30, and then the alcohol came back and attacked me when I was 30. It was not my fault. I was getting ID'd anyway. I was in the States, so I got ID'd and I was like, I was only drinking a Sprite. No, bring on the booze. So I did. It's my own fault. Now I just like it.
Well, my friend and I, we used to go out for Sunday lunches in the days when you could actually go out and sit in a restaurant and eat. and
those good old days.
Yeah. And our Sunday lunches used to go on for hours and hours and hours. And then one particular Sunday, we found ourselves sitting on the wall outside the pub because we'd been asked to leave because they actually wanted to go home and we were still there. And there was one other man who came out as well. And we were sort of sitting there thinking, well, how are we going to get home? I mean, I didn't live very far away. But he said, "Oh, I'll give you a lift home." It was quite late at night by this stage. We got home and my friend and I were walking up my path and I slipped and fell into my flower bed in the front garden, and it was right beside my son's bedroom window. So I was so worried about waking him up. So I was stuck in this flower bush. She went to help me and fell on top of me. And we were laughing so much we could not get up. And the man tried to help us and he fell on top of us. So all three of us were stuck in a rose bush at about 12 o'clock at night with my son in the bedroom upstairs. And we were there for about 20 minutes because we just could not get up from laughing so much. But yeah, so that's my drunken moment.
I love
it. Does anybody else, obviously everyone else is parents apart from me, so do you try and keep it from your kids? Because my mum does. Yes. She's absolutely hilarious. Because she always go, no, I didn't have a drink. And then later on, it'd be like, oh no, well, I had a couple of vodkas. And oh no, I had a glass of gin. And oh no. And you're like, just be honest and just say, I'm drunk. That's not what I was going to say. I stopped myself from swearing there. There we go, just to add it in.
If I want to have a glass of wine in the afternoon, I have to hide it in the microwave because my children, who are 28 and 25, still look at me as if to say, oh, drinking at lunchtime, you know.
Someone they know will be watching. You're going to have to change hiding places now.
Yeah. Well, they don't watch me because I'm too embarrassing, so I don't have to worry about that.
Star sign you are and how it affects you when you're drunk. So what star sign are you and how does it affect you when you're drunk? And tell everyone your star sign and tell them how you are when you've had a few too many.
I'm Aquarius, and I think I'm pretty much a typical Aquarian. So yes, if I drink too much, it's a little bit embarrassing. And I suppose one of my most embarrassing stories, I have a few too many to mention, but I think one of my most embarrassing stories was I'd been at the pubs earlier. And I went to a nightclub called Claire's, which was actually where I met our beautiful Claire. And there was stairs going up to the top of to the nightclub. And so I kind of was running up the stairs, and I saw a really, really good friend of mine, and I just got overexcited, and I ran up and hugged her, but as I hugged her, we fell, and because I was so drunk, probably. And we fell on these steps. And you know how they used to have the plastic coating on the edge of steps? And my wrists landed with both of our weight on the steps. And yeah, so sadly the bouncers had to rush me to accident and emergency with a broken wrist.
Oh my!
You have to then tell the story again and again, going, honestly, we just passed down some stairs. I wasn't that drunk. It's fine.
Yeah,
it was actually
slippery.
Yeah, the steps are slippery.
If you are an Aquarian, what I can tell you is Aquarians are all about the future, so they never want the party to end. So for an Aquarian, it's like the lights go up in a nightclub and they'll be like, where are we going now? So if you're an Aquarian, you don't want the party to end. There we have a Scorpio who gets really giggly and hungry at the end, then sick. That's because Scorpios overindulge, you know. It's Scorpio is a sign that can get very addictive to things, whether it's working too much alcohol or whatever. Lynette May says, I lay down in the bathroom one time after being very unwell or drunk. Okay, unwell drunk. And got my head stuck in between the toilet and my dad had to get my head out. I was around 23. A head banging year for you then, Michael.
Oh, yeah, that is.
I love that.
Yeah. Now, the problem with Aries is that when you get drunk and you get chatty, you will tell people things that you will regret the next day, because your ruling planet is Mars, which means you'll change your mind to what you've said. So you could also reveal other people's secrets, but you don't like yours revealed. So beware having a drink and drunk dialing relations and telling them tales about others as well. One of you ladies, could you please take this, please? I can't look.
Okay. I once got so drunk I fell asleep. My friends woke me and I couldn't open my eyes. So I started shouting, who glued my eyelids shut? I can't open them. Who glued them? Oh, Elizabeth. I mean, Kelly.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
that would be kind of scary, I think.
Let's have a little look what we've got here.
Yeah, if you can't open your eyes, that would be, wouldn't it?
So
yeah.
If you're going to put a star sign to a sort of people in films, Finola Grace, I would make Bridget Jones a Cancerian, because all she wants is love and a family and a job that's artistic. So when you're quiet because you're drunk, I mean, are the tears falling? I mean, the rule for Cancerians and for anybody, guys, is don't drink when you're feeling down as well. We have got Lynette Mays in laughter, and Stella says 1 billion% true as well. I could go on all day with this, guys, but I've got to go and record some lessons. So I will be back live on this main page at 7 p.m. tonight with our wellness expert, Sherry Angelique Rice. So if you've got any problems, you can list them under here, or better still, join us at 7. You're not alone during lockdown, are they, ladies?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I know that you had a little message you wanted to give each. Let's start with you, Ems.
Oh, well, take care, people. Stay safe. Stay home, because that's the best way. We can beat this. Everything will be fine.
Lovely. Max, what about you?
Yeah, just keep positive and do what you're doing and just go with the flow. This will end soon. And in the meantime, we just have to laugh as much as we can.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Sam, what about from you, darling?
Well, I just want to say, when life hands you lemons, throw them back and ask for chocolate. What else can you say?
Absolutely. Be like Gemini Lynette Mays, who is so excited when she's drunk. She's a Gemini. She dances all night. If I could get you dancing with Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean times, you would be even happier. I have to say, none of us can ever go back in time and start anything again. What we can all do, if we want to, is start again from now and make a brand new ending.
And I've got a message for you, ladies. If I drunk text you, don't text me the next morning and ask what I meant. I'm just as confused as you are.
I absolutely Absolutely love that. So if you are not a member of the Claire Petty Lengro private members group, then please do get on in there and join. I will be going in there to answer really deep questions and do some deep readings. We are back, ladies, together at Saturday at 10 a.m. UK time. Is that right?
Yep, our Saturday morning show. Yeah, can't wait for that.
And do not forget as well to go and read Lengro at lengro.co.uk. Why? Because it's free, it's uplifting, and as we're talking about swear word today, it is damn good. Stay safe, and said, stay home, and with love from all of us to you.
Yeah.
Bye for now.